real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Brianna Dickinson dated the defendant, and when she was 16 and he was 18, she got pregnant with his child. Brianna says the defendant would rather party than grow up and be a father, and she's suing him today for medical expenses. Defendant Mark Way says after he broke up with Brianna, she tried to run him over with her car in a parking lot. Mark insists he sees his daughter at least once a week, and he's countersuing for overpayment of child support.
Start with you.
And whenever I met Mark in March of 2009, I was 16 and he was 18. And shortly after we started dating, I got pregnant. And when I told him, he was really upset. He didn't want to grow up and stop his partying ways and become a father. And
what did you expect?
I expected him to at least get a job and try to help me, and he didn't get a job till she was 9 months old.
He could have partied as long as he worked.
Well, I'd rather he stop the partying because I don't.
Were you all living together?
No.
Why did you expect him to stop partying at 18?
Because he should care enough about his daughter instead of going out partying to be with her and spend time with her.
He couldn't do both?
I don't believe so. I mean, he could, but...
You don't think he could go out once a week or on the weekend and see his child?
Well, he was doing it all the time because he wasn't working. So I think if he's out partying, that's taking time away from his daughter.
All right. Let me hear from you.
All right. This is a young lady right here tried to run me over last year when I was working at Walmart's parking lot.
No, Your Honor, that was just playing around.
That's right. She was trying to stop you from hanging out.
That was just a joke between me and my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't anywhere near him.
Did you laugh?
No.
Okay. Wasn't very funny.
I moved out of the way.
Wasn't a funny joke to you, huh?
Mm-mm.
What else you want to tell me? How about these partying ways at the expense of seeing your daughter?
Well, I'd go see my daughter, then I'd go party.
There you go. That's what I was implying. You go see your daughter and then you party. All right. Is that true?
No, there's been times where he hasn't came to see his daughter for a month because he's been out doing other stuff.
Plaintiff Brianna Dickinson dated the defendant, who claims Brianna tried to run him over with her car, but she insists it was just a joke.
So he hasn't seen his daughter in months because he parties every day for those months.
I mean, not like all the time, but he decides to do other stuff besides come see her.
The point I'm trying to make to you, I don't think it's the partying that gets in the way of him seeing his child. It's something else. And that's what you need to determine, what it really is. It may be that he just is not responsible enough in terms of remembering that I need to spend time. Maybe he doesn't have that type of value system. Maybe you all argue about it and he just says, I'm not coming over. I don't feel like hearing that. Look for the real problem. Do you know of a problem?
I seen her every weekend in April, and I'm gonna see her this weekend too.
Is that true? You've seen the child every weekend in April?
That was whenever his parents had visitation. He was at their house, and that's why he saw her. He didn't actually come to my house.
Oh, he doesn't have
her.
visitation?
He does. He's supposed to come over twice a week, every week.
And sit there with
3
you,
hours.
or to pick the child up?
No, I supervise the visitations.
Well, no wonder. Like I said, there's another reason he's not coming over there. He doesn't want to see you. I'm sorry. So I knew it was something to it. Let's get to the medical expenses that you're suing him about.
Yes. She has acquired $1,389 in expenses. His half is around $691. He's given me $150 in the past year and a half, and so the rest of it is $541.
All right, sir. She said you owe $541 for medical expenses.
Well, I don't make very much where I work at because I got insurance coming out and child support and
too
everything.
busy partying.
And I pay rent, so I really ain't got no money left to pay her.
Say that again. You pay rent, so you can't pay your responsibilities for your baby.
Yeah.
You need to move into a shelter. Sir, whatever standard of living you have to lower it so that you can take care of your child. What kind of car do you drive?
I don't drive.
How much is your rent per month?
$240.
Where you live?
With my dad.
$240. With your dad? All right. Did you say, Dad, I can't afford $240 because I have to pay for your granddaughter?
He knows that, and he still makes me pay.
Yeah. All right, ma'am. He says that he can't afford it, so we know that's not a legal defense. Your counterclaim is what? Child support for what?
For overpaying. $385.
Why don't you just move some over to the medical expenses that you haven't paid? That ever dawned on you? Go ahead, I'll listen to you. You overpaid her. Tell me those circumstances. Tell me about how you came to overpay her.
Well, it comes out of my check every time I get paid. It's $138.46, and like a couple months later, I went up there and got it fixed, and they're only supposed to be taking $92.51 out, and now they're still taking $138 out.
Well, the problem we have is I can't determine what you owe and what you don't owe. All I can do is enforce it. Because if they come back and say, no, it wasn't $92.51, Judge, I know he told you that. I know he may have showed you some papers to say that, but it wasn't $92.51. It's $125.31, and you stay out of our business. We're the only ones that order how much he pays, Your Honor. You don't know anything about this young man. You do your small claims court, and you stay out of our family court and leave us alone. So that's what I have to do, stay out of child support issues as it relates to determining what amount is set. I can enforce. Do you have your order saying that he must pay half? See, this is a conclusion by the court. So I can enforce this conclusion. The parties shall each be liable for 50%.
Plaintiff Brianna Dickinson dated the defendant, who claims Brianna tried to run him over with her car, but she insists it was just a joke.
Now, if you show me something from child support that says you have overpaid, then I'll enforce it. Child support says he has overpaid $385, and that's the amount of money he is due. All right, futures, I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It means I'm ahead $385 because I overpaid it.
Okay, I don't know that that's what that means. It should say that you are due a refund on here. Does it say that anywhere?
Huh.
Does it even use the word overpayment? It says futures. That might mean to me you have to start paying $384 in the future. That's what I'm saying. I can't conclude by this that you've overpaid. All I see is the word $384 and future. $541 are your medical expenses, I'll grant you, and your claim is dismissed, and you should go right back to the child support division of the state that you're in and say, would you please amend this order showing that I am due $385 from the plaintiff, and then either they'll do it or not. All right, have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I just think you need to grow up, for real, because I shouldn't be having to take you back to court every time you don't want to give your daughter money and what she needs.
I do all the best I can.